Chef, hindi mo pa na-turn off yung mic.
I-on ko na. Ay, naka-off.
Yeah, it's already on. Yan. Okay. Para wala pong feedback. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Grace Paraza from the Bailiwick Academy. And for today, we're going to talk about, we're going to have a special guest. She's one of our instructors at the Bailiwick Academy. And her name is Chef Chona Garcia-Laureta. So if this is your first time tuning in to our live webinar, the Bailiwick Academy offers online classes about baking and cooking and other stuff that and other classes, supplemental classes that you can use in your everyday lives, right? And so normally, thank you for joining us today. It's morning here in the Philippines, 9 a.m. And thank you for tuning in. Normally, our webinars run for 1 hour. It can be more if there are a lot of questions. So if you have any questions about the topic, then please reserve it later after the discussion. We're going to have a question and answer portion at the end of every discussion. Okay, so if you have any questions later, please type it in the comment box or chat box. Okay, so ready? I'm just going to invite Chef Chona to be here on screen. Chef, can you please turn on your mic and your camera now?
Okay.
There.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Thank you, Bailiwick Academy, for inviting me over today to do a webinar. So, I have noticed that we have a lot of interested people attending today. Good morning. Hi po. Okay, so actually, this topic that I have today, I delivered this in 2017. We know that nowadays a lot of moms are into business. So, like we are in Bailiwick Academy, and most of us are into baking, right? And probably it's a trend or just a response to time that most of us are doing online business. We're doing like what I do. I sell. I make cakes. I design cakes. I sell breads. Teach. I teach. Okay, so I have two kids, and when I started working at home, but I make my business legit. I have my business permits. I have everything. So to start my business, start like just online business, but I start my business like legit. It's a real thing with all the business permits and all. But anyway, we will not be talking about the business permits and all. But what I'm trying to share with you today is how do I balance my life and running just a small business. My business is not very big. Actually, I started in 2015. Um, I just, just a click of a finger and just a thought that I want to open a baking school. Yeah, right. You hear it right. I started a baking school for children. So aprons and mitts originally is for the children. And would you believe that I have like as young as 3 years old, and I have to carry her to see what's going on in the mixer just for her to see that. So that's where I started, and my children were like in grade 4 and grade 6 when I started. Okay, so these I started business while they were still young, and I need to be there for them. So today I'm gonna share with you like how did I balance the way I balance my life while running a family and doing my business. So this is what we're gonna do today. Like just a few ano lang, just a few review. It's like we have tricks and tips. We have how to go about it. So it's just like that. So it's just from a mom's perspective and a businesswoman at that point. Okay, so we will be starting our webinar right now. So here, so that's how I started my business and my life. So prior to that, I'm a computer engineer by profession. So I'm not into baking, I'm not into cooking at all, but right now I'm doing a lot of stuff. And how do I manage all of this? Um, well, so as we go on with the slides, I will show you how I did manage my life. Okay, so and at this point, I'm also teaching in Bailiwick Academy. But anyway, we just record the classes. But um, on hand sites, like behind the scene, I do a lot of stuff. So how do I juggle the task of maintaining a household, raising kids, and running a business? It sounds like intimidating. Okay, so but I did manage. I did manage. I know you can too. So these are the things that I do. First thing is to prioritize. If you put things in balance, it's like this is the first thing that I need to do. My family, even if I'm running a business, my family comes first. Okay, so and the second one is my family and then my business. Okay, and a lot of things. So make a daily to do list. That's what I always do. I have a problem with keeping track of my activities, and I often forget things. So I need to do a list. Okay, so that's what I do. So prioritize the things you need to do for the day. Do the most important and urgent job first. If you're done with it, then the entire day is okay. So it will just go on smoothly. So um, find balance. It's like this is the most important thing that I need to do today. Once you're done with that, then it just follows. Okay. And then I maintain a journal with all my activities because I can only show you my cabinet. I have a lot of notebooks similar to this one and a lot more. And I label my notebooks. It's like, for example, recipes, and I have even recipes 2017, and every year I changed notebooks and all. So and then in my notebooks I just put all the things that I'm going to do, like for the week. So not only for the week, because for your information, I also, prior to this ECQ, the quarantine thing, the COVID thing, I go places. I go to Cebu City, I go to Puerto Princesa City, I go to Northern Luzon, Southern Luzon, to teach. So when we do that, I have organizers in different places, and like 3 months prior to the date, like 4 months prior to the date, I make my own calendar. I have my personal calendar and I put it in my on my table, and then I write the schedule. Like for example, I was supposed to have classes this coming April, May, June. So my calendar has those dates of all my activities. Okay, so it keeps me organized. So there. And then you commit only to tasks that you can accomplish. You don't have to say yes to everything. You keep your commitments and obligations on check. So that's the reason why I need to have my logbook, why I need to have my notebook, why I need to have my journal, for me to be able to keep track of my commitments. Strive to be present rather than to be perfect. I am not perfect. I commit a lot of mistakes, and I omit a lot of things. So with my family, if the time permits, I am there for them. I make sure that I am with them, with my children. By the way, I have two girls, and right now they are 13 and 15 years old. So this is a very crucial part of their life. So I have to be present. There are times that I am so busy that I feel like I am neglecting them, but whenever there is a possibility and whether the event, if the event is really that important, I make sure that I am present. Now, like for instance, in normal days, school days, at 3:30 p.m. I go to school and pick up my children. I really make time in my calendar that I do not accept jobs within this range of time. So if I'm not available, and there are really cases that I'm out of town, or like for instance I am locked in a certain activity, I make sure that I arrange a school service to bring them home. As much as possible, I try to ask them to tell me how their day was. It's like while we are in the car, while I am driving, I talk to my children and ask them how's your day, what happened in school. So that's being present in their lives even if we are busy with our own businesses. Okay, we try to be moms even if we are entrepreneurs. Make sure the family's needs and requests for the day will be attended to, like the request for food, dinner, like say, Mommy, we want carbonara. Mommy, we want clear books. Mommy, this, mommy, that, mommy, this. And also, sometimes my husband asks me to do stuff. So, prioritizing and like scheduling. So we just try to schedule everything and write everything. So I paid bills. It's a big relief that we can pay bills online. So that's a very nice thing to do. Okay, so and then running errands for the family. Um, Probably if the business is really that big, it would be challenging. But right now, I can still do a lot of things. Okay, so when I am away on workshops, I make sure that their mobile phones are always available for communication. That is very important. Now, even if I'm away, I always make sure that I call them from time to time. Now, even if we are homepreneurs, family should be on the priority list. I sometimes work on a cake project when everyone is sleeping. So that's the time that just also to make sure that there are no distractions, and to make sure that they're all sleeping and I'm done for the day. So that's the time when I start working on my cake projects. Okay, so there. So it's just a win-win situation for the family and for my business. What are my personal perspective to make family and business work? Maybe some of you are also in the same dilemma as I was or when I started. Probably this would help you a bit, and to just to give you a little insights on how to go about with our lives. So I have to be very clear on what my priorities as a parent. So as a parent, so there are some times that, like for example, it's a family day, or like a meeting, or like it's a card day. So I have to make sure that everything is canceled for my children. So I want to be successful, but not at the cost of my family. So see, I would like say, okay, take away everything, but not my family. So I know you agree with that. Hello, everybody. So okay, so that's it. So I set quality time with the children. Um, Weekends. So that's my guilty part because my job, my workshops are set on weekends. So how do I go about that? So my family has to set their minds and hearts to the demands of my work. So you have to make your family understand the nature of your job. Now my job, the demand mostly is from Friday until Sunday. We cannot hold classes on weekdays because it's a struggle to get students on weekdays. So therefore we work from Friday to prepare everything. Sometimes I start on Thursday, Friday, then workshops on Saturday and on Sunday. Now Monday, that is really family day. Now, problem is, Mommy, we cannot go to church. That's a big problem because most of my classes are on Sundays. Mommy, we want to go to the mall. So my husband has to take care for me. So it's very important that we are working hand in hand with our husbands, and they have to understand the nature of our job. I know you are agreeing with me and you are nodding your heads with me. Okay, so bite what you can chew. If you cannot do it, if you cannot carry it, then don't say yes. Now, it's so tempting to say yes to a birthday cake worth 8,000 pesos. And you're lining up cake designing and you want to go, like, say, I want to go to Baguio, I want to go to Tuguegarao, I want to go to Legazpi to do classes. But, if your schedule, if the family schedule doesn't allow it, you can say no. Don't say yes all the time, even if it's very tempting. So, when the time comes that you cannot do it yourself anymore, then hire people to help you. Okay, so right now I have staff. I have two staff. I have one in the house, one in my studio, and if the need arise, I call for on-call people. So sometimes I call like two people add on to my staff right now for me to be able to work efficiently. So we feel like, oh, it's so hard to work and run a family at the same time. You try to delegate. So even my children, like during, if I don't have classes, because I don't have classes all the time, like the whole month, it doesn't mean that every Saturday and Sunday I am out. Sorry. So like, there are weekends wherein I am with my children. So I tell my kids, you help me. You do this one, you do this one. Okay. So even if you are running a, yes, even if you are running a business and a family, always remember you don't have to burn out yourself. Okay, sorry about that. So, you don't have to burn out yourself. So, you always remember that you are the most valuable person in your life. If something happens and if you, like, you just fall down, what will happen to your family and your business? So, you have to take care of yourself. So, don't take everything, don't take all the jobs. You are not a Wonder Woman. I know you feel like, but it's just balance everything and try to decide if, yes, I can do this, yes, I cannot do that. Okay, so that's how you manage. This is my perspective for my business and my family to work. Sometimes we feel like, oh, this is just a very a simple situation, but if you are into it, it's so difficult. Okay, so I hope I am giving you some points to ponder on. So, these are my mommy hacks to make my family and my business work. Since, like I told you a while ago, I am so bad with my memory, I'm so bad with remembering things. So, what I do is I pin reminders, even in my bedroom, even in my kitchen, even in my working studio. I put all the labels, and you know what? I have these cork boards, and I have these whiteboards for me to write everything. Aside from my notebooks, it looks like funny if you see my cabinet with all my notebooks and with all my clear books. Yeah, that's how I run. That's how I float. Okay, so label and label everything. So that's just how I go about it. And then I organize my stuff in boxes, in baskets, and in containers. I have so much containers and I label everything. I have a space for my books, I have a space for my notebooks, I have space for my ribbons and all of that. So, ayun. So, record all events in your phone calendars to avoid missing important dates, missing important activities, the meetings, and the deadlines. To be honest with you, I forgot that I'm going to have a webinar today. Thank you to Miss Grace for reminding me yesterday. So, um, I am so like if don't I don't have these calendars and recordings of events, I lost track most of the time. So it's very important. So what I do, I have my cell phone. So just go to your calendar, set the date with the activity, and then it just reminds you. Okay, so it helps a lot. So okay, I know most of you are like uh, how would I cook for the family? If you are, yeah, probably those, some of you here are following my Facebook account. Um, I am into cooking and I had just opened my YouTube channel. So what I do is I cook our food, and at the same time hitting two birds with one stone. I cook online, I record it, and that's what we eat. Okay, so just working on whatever works for the family and with your business. And I cook dinner. I only cook one time, and then we have it for lunch the next day. And if there's classes, like what I cook the night before, I just cook a little bit in the morning for them to bring to school. So there. And also for the family, when I go to the market, I make sure that I buy stuff good for 3 days. I cannot buy for 1 week because it doesn't fit. It's like 3 days, and then I label everything, and I go back to the second one, label, label, label. Okay, so there. And again, I maintain a journal for home and work. There. I hope I'm not going too fast, and I hope you're agreeing with me. Okay, so how to deal with mom guilt? Raise your hands if you feel like, I'm losing a lot of time. My business is taking a lot of my time away from my family. I feel that one, especially when my calendar is really so full. I really feel that. So, how do I go about it? So, the guilt stricken me makes up by spending quality time with my children and my husband when I'm not working. So there are some cases like some classes doesn't reach the minimum number of participants, so we have to cancel the class. Even if my even if my calendar is so full, it doesn't mean that I'm full for the entire thing, for the entire schedule. When my classes are canceled, that's when I tell my children, okay, let's go to the mall. Where do you want to go? So we go to places they want to go. So when the time permits, I ask them. I always ask my children, where do you want to go? So sometimes, even if it's a little bit expensive than the usual budget, but if they tell me they want to go someplace, then give in I give in for the family. If you have noticed, the first time I was talking, it's always focused on the family, right? Even if I am running a business, if you have noticed and you're listening with me and to me, it's basically the family. Now that we are in the quarantine time, uh, nothing matters except your family, right? So there. So do something they like doing, like swimming. My children are into swimming. They love to swim. So, mommy, we want to go to the beach or we want to go there. And now that they are teenagers, they have this love for going to the malls and buying their own stuff, go shopping, and they are fond of eating. So there, we eat in our favorite restaurants, and they're the boss. If I am free, then they're the boss. So there. Okay. Um, I show up in all their school activities. That's what I make sure. If they have recollections, my children are in an all-girls school and run by the sisters, by the nuns. They have these regular recollections. I make sure that I'm in school for that activity. Even getting of cards, I make sure that I am there. Just spending a lazy day with them at home. We just lie down, we stay in our room, the four of us are staying in one room, and we just do nothing, just spending the day with each other. Okay, next. How do you know if you're ready to start a business? Um, I hope everybody, I know that you are with Bailiwick Academy and you are enrolling in classes. I know you are into baking and cooking, and we have the same, likes. We love to do that. So, most of you are just starting for the family, but I know that you are spending money and you are already investing. So, you are spending money to buy classes. Try to think, or probably you have this idea, a little thing in your mind that probably I can offer this for everybody, for my friends, to make it into a business. But how do you know if you're ready to start a business? Now, when you have an idea that you're passionate about, it's like, oh, you can see like a light bulb lighting at the moment, and say, oh, okay, then that's the time you have this inclination to start a business. Now, how did I go about starting my business? Um, I saw in, by the way, we were in Abu Dhabi for 9 years, and we came back here in the Philippines 2013, and my children were like grade 2 and grade 4. After a year that my children settled in school, I feel like so lazy and I don't want to go outside and just have coffee with friends. So I decided I need to have a business. And then I saw on TV, I guess it's with Chris TV. She's a mom and she offered her kitchen for her kids' friends. And then she taught them how to do cooking or baking. So I told my husband I want to have a kitchen and I want to offer classes for the children. The range for the children that I wanted to teach was like from 3 years old until 15 years old. So that's the moment that I want to open my kitchen. I want to open my baking school. And there is this beating in your heart, and there's this, that's what you call passion. So it is your drive, your ambition, and love what you do and who you want to serve. Passion drives us forward. So this drove me forward. I want to do it. And the very good thing, and I'm just so like lucky, my husband supports me in everything that I do. Now we have this certain room, like a different room away from the house. It's just like few meters away from the house. Then I converted that into my kitchen and applied for business permits immediately. It's like just a click of a finger because I want it. I want to do that. So that's what my passion drove me to do. So 2013 and now it's 2020, and I'm still running my business, and I'm still happy and I am enjoying my job. Okay, so that find your passion. You find your passion and start doing what you love to do the most. So, one of the most effective motivators when it comes to launching your business is your passion. Be it knitting, be it sewing, be it cooking, be it baking, whatever it is, as long as you find love and passion into it, go start your business right now. Okay. So, when you believe in something, the force of your convictions will spark other people's interest and motivates them to help you achieve your goals. Now, if your husband, if your family, they can feel. So, I am so pushy. I am so pushy. And my husband says, you are so determined to do that. And you are so OC. And he saw that in me. So he said, okay, go ahead, do whatever you want. So, so find support first and foremost from your family. Okay. So you trust in yourself. Now, it is you should be the first motivator of yourself. So if you don't trust yourself, how can you pull people towards you, right? So you run the risk of failing before your business can even gets off the ground. So in Filipino, you call that lakas ng loob, tiwala. Okay? Trust in yourself. You can do that as I did. And never to forget, enjoy whatever you do. So just enjoy, just have fun. Like, I've been pushed to start my YouTube channel, but I don't have time to start that. So, and they say, oh, you get money out of YouTube and all and that. But if you are motivated by something that, so it gives you pressure. But like, okay, I trust myself, I do my YouTube channel, but I just want to have fun. So money will follow when you start doing something that you love and that you enjoy doing. Always remember, money will follow. Okay, so starting a business entails endless learning. So when I started baking when my children were little. You want the smell of cookies in your kitchen. That's how I started. Like you do, I started that way. So the moment that I found this spark, when I feel the spark, I from then on I didn't stop learning. Until this day, I still keep on studying. I keep on finding ways to learn, to explore, to experiment, okay? And learning also entails money. So I always when I teach, I tell my students, you're paying, like, just like you're buying the classes in Bailiwick Academy. Um, and it's not cheap, right? But it's a bit cheaper than others, but it's not cheap. You're spending money, so that's an investment already. So don't consider your expenses as expenses, but rather consider them as investment. Okay, so endless learning is an investment. So keep on learning just every day. The fact that you are here with me, with us today, it means that you are open to learning and to getting new ideas. So thank you for being here with me. So I feel like flutters in my stomach. This is my first time to do a webinar. So yeah, innovation. You keep on innovating yourself. You just don't sit there and you sit on your laurel and say, oh, I'm successful, okay, I got everything already. No, you have to keep on innovating yourself. You have to keep on improving yourself. Determination is being firm on the goal you want to achieve. This is what I want to do. There is a no for an answer. So go search and go. What do you call this one? Go after your dreams. Okay, go after your dreams. Be determined. Um, Most businesses, I can't say that I am a success. I am a big business owner. No, I'm not. I'm just a small business owner. But people sees me like I'm successful and all. But you know, there are some times that you feel like quitting. There are some times that you feel like, oh, I don't want anymore. I'm so tired. Like, oh, there's so much to think, there's so much to do. But if you have this determination to push with your business, you can do it. And go back to the thing that, like, if you love what you're doing, if you're happy with doing whatever it is, then just go on, just forward. You can do it. Focus. That's a big driving force. I focus. By the way, I started with children, but probably God leads you to places and to things that you haven't even imagined. I never imagined myself teaching adults because I can't even imagine facing a large crowd and a large number of bakers. But God just puts you into a place because He knows you can do it. So just focus. And then passion. That's a very big factor. Without passion, you cannot do anything. So even there are a lot of moms, my students, because they just try to get into into the trend, into the thing of cooking and baking because their husband tells them, or that their friends tells them that, oh, there's money in baking. Think again. Do I love to do that just for money? Am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I passionate about this thing? So think about it. So, like I said, if you have the passion, if you're happy with what you're doing, money will just follow to do what makes you happy. So, dedication. So, once you have your business, and of course, the family is there, let's talk about business. Once the family is there, the business is there, you have to commit yourself as well to the business. If it's time for you to work, you have to commit everything to your work. For me, when I work, I don't want it to be half baked. They tell me I'm so meticulous. They tell me I'm so OC. My husband says I'm so, in Filipino, it's so mabuting ting. I cannot just let it pass just because they say it's okay. Okay is not okay. So, because that's how dedicated I am, and that's how focused I am with my job. Okay. Now, if you have questions, you can, or probably you have points to share with us. You can also write into the chat area of our monitor. So, what are the most thankful thing about having a business while being a mom? So, we are all mompreneurs here. So, oh, you do something that you're so passionate about. So, you can see me smiling because pressure is less. I'm running my family and I'm running my business. So, flexibility. Like I said, I have my schedule, but there are sometimes that for me, if there's a schedule for the family or an event in the family, I don't put it in my calendar. So that's how flexible it is. Financial independence. Um, my husband is a structural engineer. Modesty aside, even if I don't work, we can eat. Right? So that's who we are. We can still eat even if we don't work. But um, it feels good for ladies, for moms, to have our own money. Don't just rely on the family's income or your husband's income. So it feels good to have financial independence. It's so difficult from most of the time to ask money from your husband or from your family. So I feel freedom. I can meet up with my friends. I can go on vacation. I can buy my shoes. I can buy my bags. I can buy my clothes. I can eat with friends. I can eat with my children. And I can even libre them. I can treat them with my own money. Yeah, I'm earning money from the Bailiwick Academy. Thank you so much to the Bailiwick Academy, and that adds to my financial independence. So I'm so happy with that. So, and another thing about being a mom and a business person at the same time is we set a good example to our children. So my husband keeps on pushing you, tell the children to help you. But you know what? Even if you cannot, I know we have the same deal. We are on the same boat. We want our children to help us, but they are on the cell phone. They are on gadgets and all. Sometimes they don't help us. But mind you, even if they are not helping you directly, whatever we do, it goes straight in their mind and in their hearts. They see us, as in they see us. So this is an example to our children on hard work. Sometimes they see me really so like flustered and all with all my job, but that gives them the strength as well. That if mommy can do it, then mommy is strong, then I can be strong. And you know what? I'm just probably so lucky. I hope you are as well. That at this point in time, that my youngest is my bunso is in grade 8, and my eldest is in grade 10. Uh, they're the ones taking care of their schoolwork, and they are doing great in school. Their grades are really wonderful. So because they see the mom is busy and they see that mom is hardworking, so you rub off those qualities to your children. So the children it's not just sugar coating on the children. If you're happy, they see you. If you're crying, they see you. And that's healthy. So they see example to your children on hard work, failures, success, and rewards that come with the business. Just last night, of course, we are on quarantine. I don't have classes at home. And then on my mobile phone, I show them my income from the Bailiwick Academy. Thank you, everybody, for purchasing my classes. Thank you. And I tell my daughter, see, mommy is working, and see, I'm earning money from that. So that also gives inspiration to the children that mommy is not just going out, just chica chica with friends, but mommy is working, and mommy is earning money, and mommy is happy. So make the business venture a learning opportunity for the children. And I hope I am inspiring other moms. Um, just last week, when this quarantine period, we are experiencing this one right now. There are several baking groups that are doing live classes. I did two. I did pandesal making, and the other one was making this twisted donuts, and we call it in Cebu shakoy, or in Korean it's kwabegi, and so on. So uh, it fills my heart to see a lot of moms uh, baking pandesal for the family, and it's really like it warms my heart that just a little act of kindness and a little act of love to share, we inspire. So whatever output you have, whatever baked goodies you have, it's not bragging. Don't think of it as bragging. See it as giving inspiration to other moms. So let's cut out this mentality that when you post something you're bragging. Somehow you are, but not in a bad sense, but think of it as inspiring other moms. So that is our moral obligation, moms. So always remember and always remind yourself, keep on inspiring other moms. So that's who we are, and that's what we're here for, to inspire and to uplift each other. There. I know you can feel my passion, and you can feel it when I talk about what I do. So, mom tips to keep your sanity. So, how do I keep my sanity? OMG. So, I always keep my real friends handy. Now, they are the best diversion in our crazy schedule. Never lose your friends. Now, I have almost 5,000. If I add everybody in my Facebook account, it would be over 5,000. So thank you so much for adding me on Facebook, Chona Garcia-Laureta. But I have a lot of friends, Facebook friends, but they're not really my friends. Not all of them. So you have to keep your real friends with you. When the going gets tough, Messenger is just there. So even if your friends are like halfway around the world, you can still tell them whatever is there and going on in your life. Yeah, so never lose your friends. So there. Never lose your me time. I never do, because I always feel like I deserve it. I always color my hair. I always have my brows. We're still girls. Never take it away from you. Even if you're, I tell people, even if I'm not having a class, when I go down to my studio, I always make sure that I put on my lipstick. I always make sure that I put on my kilay, my eyebrows, because it makes me feel good. And when the time permits, I always also schedule my facial schedule with the salon. I always go on food spa. Those are the things that I do. And sometimes when I before going to get the kids from school, I have coffee on my own. So there. So never lose your me time. So And keep that funny bone with you. Never lose your funny bone. Laugh whenever and wherever for whatever reasons. So if you're my friend on Facebook, uh, probably you can read between the lines my crankiness, my funny bones are running haywire sometimes. Like if you have noticed my conversation with my old friends, so I never lose that. So just have fun. Ah, don't be too strict on yourself. Laugh whenever you feel like laughing. Okay? Never mind those other people. The most important thing is you and your family. There. I think I'm about to finish. I only have 3 slides left. Okay. So being a mompreneur is like juggling work and family. But as long as you're committed to maintain this balance, improve your ideas and your skills, and you continue to work hard, you'll always have a chance to succeed. And just, flow with life lightly. That's the very thing also. That's the secret of floating. Just go. Never, by the way, never entertain negative vibes. Stay away from negativities. Now, we are always on the social media. Um, if you read negativities, if you have friends um, who weighs you down, stay away from that. It won't help you at all. Okay, so next, just do what you love and believe in, and success will come naturally. Okay, just enjoy, have fun. So it says here, I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. Before you learn how to sail your ship, you have to equip yourself for you to be able to sail your ship smoothly. There. So I think that's the end of my uh, PowerPoint presentation and my talk. What's the time now? There. Okay, so God bless all of us. So thank you so much, Miss Grace, the Bailiwick Academy, for this opportunity to talk to you. So we ran at 51 minutes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Chef Chona, for inspiring all of us here. Um, Thank you for joining us today. And one thing that I've learned from your talk a while ago is about I would agree with you when you said that you have to learn how to say no to customers if you really can't, if you can no longer handle it, right? So, but if you
Yeah,
want to keep up with the demand of your customers, then you have to delegate your work, right? Okay. So, because that's what I'm noticing with our students, they keep on doing all of these stuff, and sometimes um, they get sick already. So, we don't wait for that point to come. So, you have to know your
that's right.
limits on what you can do. All right. And a while ago,
Yeah.
you said that you have to have this in Filipino lakas ng loob in doing things that you want, right? Yeah. Just like right now, what I'm doing because of this ECQ, I was able to make these webinars, which I've been wanting to do ever since we started. So thank you for that. So for our viewers here, do you have any questions for Chef Chana? You can type it in the chat box, comment box, or if you want to say, just say thank you or show your appreciation to her talk. Just let us know. All right. So for those who just tuned in, Chef Chona has classes with us at the Bailiwick Academy. And Chef, would you like to invite everyone to join your classes?
Okay, so I would like to invite everybody, for those who haven't enrolled in our classes. We have Irresistible Sylvanas. So that's flavored salvanas. You can learn 6 flavors of salvanas. And then you get to bake your own buttercream. And then there's a bonus recipe that people are getting money from. That's a custard cake. And then we have another one, which is the Christmas module. But probably you can start making your own fruit cakes now. But there are a lot of other beautiful recipes inclusive there. So I have 2 classes right now with the Bailiwick Academy.
Right. And after this ECQ is over, then we can shoot for more classes, right?
Yes, yes, yes. We have more classes coming
Yeah.
up.
Okay. So we have a question from Rose here. Please quickly go over how to apply business permit for home business. Do you do your logistics papers related to your business or delegated?
Okay, so ma'am, are you in the Philippines? Rose, Ma'am Rose. If you are in the Philippines, the first thing that you have to do is get your DTI. You can do it online. I think the fee is 500 pesos. So that's the first thing that you have to do. If you want to legitimize everything, to make
Mhm.
everything proper and official. So after that one, you go to your barangay to get barangay clearance. My studio right now is located in our residence. I have a separate place for my studio, but it's connected to the house. But it's still a business that I want to have a permit. So from the barangay, you go to your
Mhm.
city hall to get the business permit. So that's how I go. So just from there, you just ask everybody if you want to do more. And then from there, after the city hall to get your mayor's permit, the business permit, you go to BIR. So from BIR, they will also guide you on what books that you need to purchase, to have, and all. So there. So for the logistics, even if this is not a home business anymore, because the moment that you apply for business permit, it's like you are a real thing, a small or
Mhm.
medium enterprise owner already. So yeah,
Right.
do you do your logistic papers related to your business or delegated? Like I do delegate because I really don't want running the BIR thing. So I have my bookkeeper that I just pay annually. Every time she prepares my ITR, the annual ITR, that's when the time that I pay her. Because, like I said, if you cannot do it, then find somebody else to do it. Yeah, it's okay to delegate.
Mhm. Right. And just want
Yes.
to share with you guys about my experience on that. Because before the Bailiwick Academy, I was also running a business for cakes and pastries, right? So I'm also doing it at home, but I also have my permits and all. I process everything on my own. Okay, and so just like what Chef Chona said, you have to go to DTI and then City Hall, then BIR. So all of those things, I managed to do it on my own. But for the BIR stuff, I had it delegated too because there are a lot of things that you need to learn on how to apply stuff and. Apply going to the banks, falling in line. That is such a hassle for me. So I have someone to do it for me. So if it's taking too much of your time, then you have to delegate it. All right. So, but
That's
you
right.
can do
Yeah,
it. You can do it by yourself, or if you're having a hard time processing everything, then you ask help from someone to do it for you. Okay.
that's right.
And okay. So I guess that's it. Maybe we could have more of these webinars in the future, Chef.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
If you have anything in mind that you want to share with us, then
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah. We'll
can.
just plan that.
Yes, we'll plan ahead.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure. Sure.
And
Let's think of interesting topics. Okay, we'll plan that.
yes, please do comment on the on the chat box if you have any suggestions, comments, and suggestions on other topics that we can talk about in our webinars. All right. So as usual, these webinars are recorded, so you can get a copy of this webinar through email, or you can just go to our YouTube channel, and that's youtube.com that slash Bailiwick Academy. So you just search for these webinars there. And for those of you who don't know the Bailiwick Academy yet, if you haven't signed up yet in our website, just go to www.thebailiwickacademy.com. And we offer a lot of online classes there, like with Chef Chona's Sylvanas. It's one of our bestsellers. And also the Christmas holiday bestsellers. All right, that is in preparation. You can do her fruit cake in preparation for Christmas.
Right.
Okay, and if you already signed up in our website, and if you're not yet part of our student lounge, then I would advise you to join our Facebook group, because it is where you can share your output for the classes that you had with us. Just make sure that you indicate your email address that you signed up with our site. All right. Okay. Um,
Okay.
there's this one thing that I want to do. Hold on, because I want to have a class picture for this webinar. So that is one thing that I've been wanting to do. I keep on always forgetting. Rose, can you enable your camera from your side? I will just enable the camera here on you guys. If there's anything that appears, pop-ups to your screen, um, please click the camera. Because I'm new to this thing too, so I'm testing out things that we can do with this camera. Ayun, there's Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the others? I'm going to enable your camera too. And let's just have a quick picture. Ayaw nung iba.
Baka
Ayan, si
hindi
Rose lang. Hi,
yan lang
Rose.
kung ano ipipress.
Oo nga eh. Um, just click on the camera icon if you can. Ayaw yata. Okay. Ayun, wala po akong nakita. Senen. Ayan, buti ikaw, Rose, nakita mo. Where is that? Something appeared on your screen, diba? Kapag mobile, wala. Kita ko na rin, Ma'am Grace. Ba't ito mobile meron? Ayan. Play camera shy ako. Kayo na lang. Olivia says. Ayan. Jan. Okay. Wait lang. Ayan, Jan. Jan, please click. This. Ayaw lumitaw ni Jan. We can't see you, Jan. Jan. Hi, Rose. Thank you for attending our webinar again for today. Um, complete attendance ka. Wala, ayaw ng iba. Ayan, i-screenshot ko nga muna to. Lay. Enabled ako pero kita nyo ba ako? We can't see you, Lay. Si Rose lang yung nakikita ko. Bakit ganon? Ayaw yata kapag pag marami. Ay, ayun o. It's loading. There! Sino to? Hi? You're Lay? Tama ba?
There.
Hi, Lay. Ayan. Okay? O, pwede na muna yan. Sa susunod na yung next yung next batch. Okay. I just want to try this feature out. So next time, we're gonna have more. Well, maybe I will try another software soon. Different software next time. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Ano pa ba?
Thank you.
See you soon. And Chef Chona, do you have any final words for them? Or yun na yun?
Yun na yun. Just have fun. Just message me for anything.
Yeah. So just message Chef Chona in her Facebook page. So she has 5,000 friends already, so you cannot add her. So you just follow her in her Facebook page
No,
and
not yet.
not yet ba? Well, not yet na 5,000. Okay, so just add her.
Not yet
Just
kasi
make
hindi ko
sure.
pa ina-add yung iba.
Yeah. So just make sure that you have
Message me para I can add you.
readable names. Yan. Kasi Chef Chona doesn't
Yes.
accept those names with different characters, right? Yan.
Yeah, just message me so I can add you.
Okay, and also subscribe to her
Okay.
YouTube channel. What's that YouTube channel again?
Luto at bake tayo.
Luto and Bake tayo. Yun. So you can subscribe to her YouTube channel and also in our YouTube channel. All right? So